First, it was the bankers who were hauled before Parliament to explain their financial operations. Now MPs have spread the net to take in a range of other companies. Starbucks, Amazon and Google executives have all been appearing in front of the Public Accounts Committee this afternoon to face charges that they were using legal but undesirable methods to minimize tax payments in this country. Our business correspondent Siobhan Kennedy followed the exchanges.
Three top names in the British economy. But how much tax do they pay? Google, £6 million, Amazon, £1.8 million, and Starbucks, nothing at all. It was outrage over those numbers that led to heated exchanges with MPs today, as three bosses from the firms were lined up for a grilling. The MPs say Google, Amazon and Starbucks book millions of pounds worth of sales in Britain, yet through financial trickery appear to make very little taxable profit.
I don't find your business model very compelling or convincing. It seems to me that this is a system specifically designed to avoid tax.
Respectfully, I can assure you there's no tax avoidance here. We have a global tax rate of 33% around the world. We clearly are not aggressively looking to avoid tax or looking to avoid tax on any structure anywhere.
But is that just a load of hot air? Sales are big here, but Starbucks has somehow managed to make a loss in 14 of the last 15 years. The suspicion that the company deliberately moves profits out of the UK to avoid paying taxes here.
You've run the business for 15 years and you're losing, and you're carrying on investing here. It just doesn't ring true.
We are committed to this marketplace, to our customers. We know to be
But you're losing money.
To be a successful global company, we have every intention to make this market successful and profitable.
It just doesn't ring true, Mr. Alsted.
No.
That's what frustrates taxpayers in the UK.
Companies like Starbucks claim they're not technically breaking any rules. But in an age of austerity, when ordinary people are being asked to stomach huge cuts, there's a growing sense of anger that big business simply isn't paying its fair share and government's not doing enough to stop it.
Amazon is another company whose tax arrangements illustrate the problem ministers have. It reportedly had sales of £3 billion in the UK in 2011, but paid just £1.8 million in tax. The reason? The bulk of those sales are registered to a separate business in Luxembourg. This office employed 500 people, while the UK operation has 15,000. Evidence, say campaigners, that Britain is the real centre of Amazon's operations. Although the Amazon executive appeared fuzzy on the numbers today.
You can't possibly pretend, and it's really quite annoying to listen to, that you can possibly be running a strategy in Europe and not know your territorial profitability. You're doing advertising, you're putting warehouses on the assumption of sales volume. Don't come on, it's actually quite insulting to everybody's intelligence to say that you don't know what sales volumes are going to be in the territory. That's just not feasible as an argument.
It's not numbers that we do disclose, but I'm very happy to go back to the company and see whether we're willing to.
And it was the same argument with Google, though the UK boss was a little more robust in his defence.
Our goal as a company is
to... So you're minimising your tax even though it's unfair to British taxpayers?
It's not unfair to British taxpayers. We pay all the tax you require us to pay in the UK. We paid £6 million of tax last year.
We're not accusing you of being illegal, we're accusing you of being immoral.
I think it's not a matter of personal choice.
It may not be, but the argument over the tax choice of business in Britain is certainly not over yet.